to keep this meeting at a minimum so we could get back and watch some football. As a Cowboys fan, I'm not looking forward to this game coming up. Sorry, Chris. But we will go ahead and get started so we can also be mindful for our time. So this is just the order that we're going. I'll give my report. Then we'll have some ministry reports. Children will come up and make a report. I'll make a report on behalf of youth and where they're at. Joe Butterfield is out of town, so she can't be here, but she wanted to give just a little update where we are in our criminal justice work. And then the Daughters of the King is going to make a small report as well. And then we'll vote for vestry, delegate, and then we'll invite Nancy to come up and give her final finance report and budget, and we will close. So let's go ahead and begin. See if I can do this from afar. Oops. Okay. So I will begin. So this has been a great year here at St. Catherine's. Probably our best year since we came out of COVID. We're doing great things. However, there were some challenges that we'll start out with. We have been growing in numbers. I will share a little bit about that in a little bit. So that is a good thing. But we haven't really seen the giving go up as we were expecting with the new numbers. However, as the year ended, it kind of started. We started seeing that, so it's not as challenging as I thought. We still got some work to do, but that is one place we need to work on is empowering us to give not only financially but also to the ministries, which was another challenge. As we know, we couldn't carry on with the gala this year. We've had faithful people doing this gala for years. Sir, Barney, how long has this, and Jerry, how long has this gala been going on? 10 years, yeah. So they've been working on it for that long, and they can't do that work anymore. And so we're trying to find someone to do that. Now, we only had one person step up to say they would lead. We had people say they would help, but as you know, we need a group of 3 or 4 people to help coordinate. It can't be a one-person effort. And we only had one person. We decided there's just no way this is going to happen. So we had to cancel the gala this year. I don't want to keep canceling the gala. I want to see the gala off and running. But with that, we need people to step up and lead. And this is the same with some other ministries. We have other ministries that people have been working faithfully on, but they may want, they may need to turn over soon, give it to someone new. And that's another challenge, is trying to get people to step into ministry. So I think a lot of our focus this year is going to be looking, okay, we moved into getting our numbers up. Now let's look at how we can empower people to step up to ministry. With the gala, that gala helped us raise money for our youth, but most importantly, it was a great fellowship opportunity. So I am going to ask again, if anybody is so called to help plan and coordinate the gala so we can have it, please see me. And we want to get that going again this year so we can get back together and celebrate as a parish family, but also raise money for our youth, because as I'll talk about later, our youth group is excited to begin a new chapter in its life. Okay, I'll put you down. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Well, we'll talk after. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Thank y'all so much. If anyone else wants to raise your hand and offer. Perfect. Thank y'all so much. We'll chit-chat after. Anyway, but the challenges were not outweighed by the accomplishments. We had a lot of great things happen this year. We saw some great growth. As you know, this is our first parish photo last year. I'm very excited to see how it's going to grow onto this picture. We had a tremendous year of growth. This year, we added 51 new people to our parish. That is amazing. Yes. And that's a testament to y'all, inviting people to church, welcoming when they get here. We started a new process where we have people sign in as visitors, and they get full correspondence following their visit by myself and members of the hospitality team. And so this is a great opportunity. We've done great things. Our average Sunday attendance has also jumped. We jumped up 10% over 2023. Now in the Episcopal Church, that is a good jump. 10% is remarkable. We went from an ASA of, and I want to compare that, in 2022 to 2023, we only jumped up 3%. So we went from 3% to 10% in that year. We went from an ASA to 105 to 115. Now, I didn't count our hurricane day in our ASA because that was an irregular worship service. And we omitted that Sunday. But other than that, we had a great year. This did include our annual meeting that was our parish meeting that cut it a little bit lower. So if we had that normal Sunday, it probably would have been a little bit more than 115. But that is a great growth. But we're not done. We have room to grow, not only on Sunday mornings, but as I said, in our ministries, as well as participating in helping our children, helping our youth, helping Gala, all our ministries that need help, that we can still do that. We also, we tasked ourselves with trying to find out who our neighbors are, where our community is, and so we made a map of oh my goodness, sorry. There it is. So we made a map. This is our active participants, people who I put on, who come and receive communion, who engage in the parish, who, this doesn't include our entire roster. I just want y'all to know, this is just active participants. And this shows where they are. As you can see, we have a bulk of people in the Siena area, but we're not just a Siena church. We have lots of people in Missouri City, but we also have people in Richmond. We have people up in Sugar Land. I also love this. We had someone who comes every once in a while, but she lives way out there and makes that trek whenever she can to come down here. So we are spread out. But this helps us to show who our neighbors are and how we can minister to them. And this is why we're going to take some of this work for the vestry and give and look at where is our community? Who are our neighbors? And this helps us understand that. This year we tried some new things. And I'm sure Megan will give a little bit more in depth. I just want to share a little bit. It was we had a glow-in-the-dark Easter egg hunt, and Megan, great job on that. It was a great time. We had a lot of kids come out from all over the neighborhood, and we learned a few things that worked. We learned some stuff that did not work, and we're going to tweak that next year, and looking forward to even bigger one next year. We also welcome Bishop Orlando Gomez from Costa Rica. As you know, we go to Costa Rica every other year. We're planning a Costa Rica trip this year. Bishop Gomez, when we were down there, I said, if you're ever in Houston or in the area, we'd love to have you at St. Catherine's. Well, he found out he was coming to Houston area to do some work and with the World Mission Board, and he did say, one place I want to go on Sunday is St. Catherine's. That's awesome that we were one. And so he came. We had a chit-chat after that where we learned about his ministry in Costa Rica. He led the services. It was a wonderful time to gather with him as well as other people from the World Mission Board and hear about the good work Costa Rica is doing and how we can help and learn from them and as well as work with them. October, we had a great weekend. In October, we had a weekend where both the Fall Festival and the Trunk or Treat happened the same weekend. We had Fall Festival, which is this picture right here, which benefits the school. However, our church has taken part in that. Daughters of the King helps out. The Brotherhood came out and did some booths. Some church members handed out information. We had over 400 people to that event to come out. And they're coming and going, so this is a guesstimate, but we guessed about 400 people on Saturday. And then, because we wanted to be so much more, we just really didn't want the weekend to stop there, we decided to do Trunk or Treat that Sunday, which I kind of really like, doing it all together. And this is our third annual Trunk or Treat, and once again, just like the year before, it grew. We welcomed around 500 people, we are guessing, to that. There are at least 300 kids, we know. So with those two events, as well as people who came to church on Sunday, we had nearly 1,000 people on our premises, over the levee, who crossed over for those two events on Sunday. That was a tremendous weekend for St. Catherine's, a great way to tell our stories, to show us off, and to invite the community over the levee and to see who we are. So that was awesome. I left full of the Spirit. It was amazing. But they didn't stop there. We also had welcomed Bishop Monteroso for his first time visiting as bishop in the Diocese of Texas. Now, Bishop Monteroso, we have a relationship with him. He was the bishop in Costa Rica. So we worked with Bishop Monteroso as he was the bishop of Costa Rica. And it was really great having him now as one of our bishops in Texas. And he received 5 new members into the church, one of which is running for council delegate. So we just threw her right in. But it was a wonderful opportunity to be able to worship with him. Real quick, I want to give you our big service, our numbers for our services this year, our big Holy Week, Easter and Christmas. Holy Week, we had 244 over all the services for that week. That was a decrease from last year, which was 301. So we had a little bit less people on Holy Week. However, we blew the top off on Easter. Easter, we had 222 people at both services. Last year, we had 182. So that was an increase of 40 people. Did I math right? Thank you, Treasurer. An increase of 40 people for that service. Christmas, we had 3 Christmas services, 2 Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We had 210 at those services, which is also an increase of last year, which was 180. So we are going up. The trajectory is going up. We're going in a good direction, but we do not want to stop there. We got work to do. We still have a task before us to keep growing, and that's what we want. We don't want to be happy with just where we are. We want to keep that trajectory going. We want to keep that chart going in this way. And so that's kind of our vision this year. I'll share real quick about what we're looking at. At the Vestry Retreat, will be in February. We will seek God's guidance for St. Catherine's, where our focus will be for the next year. We'll consider the suggestions made in the September parish meeting. So if you remember, we had that parish meeting in September, and we came up with some ideas that we want to see. This is the work we're going to do. We're going to look at those suggestions and find out what we can easily achieve, what can easily be implemented quickly. And some other suggestions were great. We may have to give some more thought and planning to see how they can come to fruition, maybe in the years ahead. So that's part of our work. We want to continue to focus on our children and youth ministries, to find ways to bring more young families in. That means assisting Megan with Sunday school and assisting our youth group to help them grow, to help them learn, and also to allow our children to experience all of our church. We also want to continue looking at our gifts. So last year we spent a little bit of time looking at spiritual gifts, and that work's not going to stop. We want to keep looking at what are our spiritual gifts. Can we use them? How can we use them for the betterment of God's kingdom? You are going to hear me talk a lot about gifts this upcoming year because we really want to own our gifts and be able to use them. We want to continue inviting people to church. I encourage you to keep inviting people. If you see I saw somebody posted on the Siena neighborhood page looking for churches, and a few of y'all posted St. Catherine's of Siena. So keep inviting people. If you know someone's looking for a church, invite them to join us over the levee. We want to keep utilizing our social media. That is the best way to reach out and tell your story. We also, again, want to empower our youth, continue our youth growing. With that, we do have a new youth minister. I announced her. Her name's Kay Frazier. She just graduated college. She has experience working in college ministry. She has mentored young women as well as allowed them to help them further their spiritual direction. And she has some great ideas with the youth. We're going to looking at trying to do a mission trip this upcoming summer, as well as some other fun activities, as well as a biblical-based study where the kids can empower themselves to be able to learn the Bible and to use the Bible and to read the Bible. Okay, real quick, I do want to announce, we have, for our senior, I always announce our senior. This year we're going to we usually get one to rotate, but this year we're going to have Steve step up again to serve because I got an announcement to make. I am taking my sabbatical this year. Real quick, a sabbatical is just a time away, and all church priests have to take their sabbatical every 7 years. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. It's a way for priests to refresh. I've been a priest for 9 years. I was supposed to take it 2 years ago, and I just kept pushing it back. What a sabbatical is a time where a priest steps away from the work and focuses on their spiritual formation, spiritual life, as well as families. As you know, my oldest son is about to graduate high school, and I really want to reconnect with them. So we're going to I'm going to take, my sabbatical will start May the 17th. That will be my last Sunday. And then I'll come back August 18th. So one of the things the vestry is going to do is what are we going to work on during my time away? Now, again, I want to reemphasize, I'm not going anywhere. I will be back in August, and I'm going to be full of energy, full of the Spirit, ready to do the work that's before us. We're going to do a lot of work before that, and then we're all going to take a little breath because we've done a lot of work. We're going to take a little breath. We're going to worship. We're going to keep worshiping. And then when I get back, we're going to start looking again to how we can continue to grow. So I want to emphasize, not going anywhere, okay? I will be back. But it is a requirement. All clergy are required to take a sabbatical, like I said, every 7 years. And with that, I will be a step away from the parish. I will not be here on Sunday mornings, just during those 3 months. We are going to spend some time this spring talking a little bit about sabbatical. You could talk to me about it as well. If you have any worries about it, talk to me. But it will go well. We already have a person who's going to cover the entire time. She has worked sabbaticals before, knows how to do it, and it's an excellent priest in Fort Bend County. Her name's Susie Comer. And like I said, she's done sabbaticals in the past. She just did one last summer. And the church is going to be in good hands until I get back. Okay, and the vestry as well will continue to do the work they're doing as well as keeping the church going. And then when I get back, it's back to work. We got some fun things to do. Okay, that is my report. As I said, we will spend some time talking about what the sabbatical is going to look like. I don't want y'all to worry. We're going to have it's going to be a good refresher. Do I have any questions? Do y'all have any questions for me about the state of the church, where we are today, any further about what our vision is going to be? Yes. So, okay, yes, thank you for that. So we're actually, Megan and I, as well as Bernadette, has been talking about we talked about wanting to do like a camp out here because we have all this land. I would love to get the retreat back. I know if you remember last time we did it. Now, last time we did it, it was during COVID, but we had 3 people sign up. So we realized, okay, this may not be the time. However, I've had more and more people, so I would love to get it going again. So I think what we're going to talk about maybe trying to do let's do something here where we can maybe do a camp out here or a movie night here outside. And then maybe see how that goes and go back to Camp Allen. Because Camp Allen is a gift to us. And I love it. And I would love to be able to get our parish retreat back out there. So, yes, we are looking at getting it going again.
Yes, as a parishioner, I would like to express my feelings that you did a wonderful job considering the pandemic when you came in. You didn't see us for about 3 years, but we kept going. And I would like to really, your energy ever since you came and now is contagious. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ian.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all. Thank you, Ian. And, I can't help but feel energy here. I love each and every one of y'all, and y'all bring me joy. Every Sunday I leave just on cloud 9. So thank you. It's a testament to y'all. The energy is because y'all bring it out of me. So thank you so much. Any other questions?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Food for thought for the family out here and so forth. For those of you, I don't know a lot of you, but for those of you who are like me, where you work in the medical center, you work in the medical profession and so forth, you work long hours, multiple days, every day during the week and so forth. It was very, very beneficial for at least for me in Q4 of 2023, where you offered service on Wednesday nights for those few months. It was the once a month where you offered that, and that was so extremely beneficial for me. So I want to thank you for that.
Okay, yeah.
And just put it in everybody's ears and minds. Like maybe in Q4 this year, Q3, Q4, we might be able to bring back.
I would love to. Yeah, so he's talking about our Wednesday night service. As we're enhancing our music, so if we that's the problem. We needed people to help. So if somebody feels like we would love to, I would love to bring back the Wednesday night service. That was awesome. So that's something we definitely talk about. Looking how we can bring it back or try to get somebody to lead us in joyful noise on Wednesday nights. Thank you for bringing that up. Any others? Okay. Real quick, before we get to ministry reports, I do want to invite Ginger up. She wants to just say a few words. I just want to say she's going to have to go off to a church next year. So this is our last year with her. So she wants to come up and say something.
Move the mouse. Okay, there. I moved the mouse. I just wanted to take a second and thank each and every one of you for your support on my journey. My journey started, well, it was a childhood dream, but in earnest, it started 2 years ago this May with my Discovery Weekend at Camp Allen. And so I am, obviously, if you had a chance to read my updates, I'm loving this journey. Being formed is challenging, but it's also very rewarding. I enjoy each and every time. I appreciate your love and support every time I get up and preach. Hopefully those are getting better. And so, I just wanted to say, because what happens next is next fall, I'll be here through the summer. Next fall, they will send me out for my fieldwork assignment, for my first fieldwork assignment. So starting next fall, I won't be at Catherine's anymore, at St. Catherine's anymore, unless I get a chance to come back and visit. But for the most part, that's how this works. And so I just wanted to take this chance to formally say thank you and tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you, the parish, has enabled this journey of mine. And I pray that I am worthy of it at all times. So thank you.
Thank you, Ginger. And yes, I also want to reiterate our thanks for that. It's the church needs priests, and they need them bad, especially churches like the ones Ginger's going to go to. And so though we have to give up Ginger, it was a gift we got to give to the wider church. So that is a gift that I'm happy we're able to give, though we're going to miss you like crazy. Consider an open invitation whenever you want to visit. Okay, Megan, do you want to come up and do you have...
This is my least favorite thing to do ever. So as Father Andrew mentioned, we don't just do our internal children's ministry events like Sunday school and our Christmas pageant. We do the community events like the Easter egg hunt and the trunk or treat. And something that we noticed is my first year in this role, so September of 2023, I pushed out those events on Facebook like a million times, over and over, constantly trying to get people to come. And we did have a really good turnout. This year, I feel like we did a lot less advertising and people showed up even more so. So people are starting to know us as a place to come for community events. So that's been really neat. We want to build on that. We've been really blessed by the congregation and that when we ask for donations, we receive them for the most part. I mean, Easter candy, Halloween candy, VBS stuff, that has been awesome. So thank you so much for the support. The only thing that we're really kind of still working on building up is our base of volunteers. And so Sunday school, it's mostly me or Ashley, but we could use some more people there. But really for these big community events like the Easter egg hunt and then VBS, we're gonna need a lot of volunteers. And we're moving our VBS to the week of June 9th this year because of the June 9th. That way the hurricane that must not be named can't wipe it out again. Which means that prep starts basically now. The idea would be to have all of the station leaders meet up in February and compile a list of what they need. And so we have to fill those roles right away. So we have 5 stations and a preschool group that need 2 adults each to run them. And so I have received our VBS materials. I have the little can in the back, and I'm going to just assault people as you walk out and beg for volunteers because we really need to get it going. It's going to be really quick. I mean, it's going to be the end of school and all the things that go on with that, and then VBS. And so we have to be ready. Father Andrew is going to be abandoning us. So we'll have to just have it all ready to go. So if anybody's interested in helping with that, please see me today. And if not, I'll just hunt you down. And then we also could use some help talking to the local businesses to get donations. So we have a donation letter. We have a tax exemption letter. Just people who are willing to go to HEB at customer service and talk to them and say, hey, we're doing this event. Would you mind donating candy or snacks or whatever it is. So if that's something you could do, that would be awesome. I have done some of that. It's just with the 3 kids with me, it gets a little complicated. And then the Easter egg hunt will be on April 12th this year. what we learned last year is that even though it gets dark at 6 right now when we're planning the Easter egg hunt, it is not dark at 6 in April. So it will not be a glow-in-the-dark one, but we will still be doing the Easter egg hunt. Last year we did have around 300 or 400 people, so we'll need some help with that as well. So yeah, but thank you everybody for your support, and then just let me know if you need to be voluntold to teach a class, yeah?
And thank you, Megan, for all the awesome work you've done. It's been great to see the growth in our children's activities as well as our Sunday school. So thank you so much for that. I already shared about the youth, so I'm going to keep that. I'll just keep that as what I shared. We're excited about our youth group coming up. Joe wanted me to share a little bit about where we are with criminal justice. As you remember, last year we started discerning possibly getting involved in justice and reform and criminal justice, and especially with offenders in the youth program. So youth offenders, we've kind of looked at, narrowed, that's kind of where we want to focus. We've started working with a person from the diocese, and he got us in touch with the organization called Revision. Revision works to rehabilitate youth offenders to keep them out of the jail prison system. Both Joe and I went to a dinner fundraiser. We got to hear a little bit about Revision, and we actually heard from former offenders who were impacted by Revision and it allowed them to turn their lives around. Many people in Revision don't have a good mentor system, a family system. A lot of them feel abandoned in the juvenile detention and just need somebody to be there for them. So that's what the work Revision does. They partner with churches to help find mentors for young people, having people to talk to, so it gives them a way to a relationship, as well as working with the courts and judges who know who the offenders are, who know who those are looking for some sort of rehabilitation, that they would do it. So we decided we do want to work with Revision. We have a number of people who express interest in helping with that. Right now, what Revision is trying to, and as soon as we started this, we looked into this, we found out Revision wants to get in Fort Bend County. So when they're right now just in Harris County working in Houston, but they want to get in Fort Bend. So this was like a God thing. And so we're hoping to meet in sometime in the near future with the judges in Fort Bend to look at how we can do this work. So please do keep tuned if this is something that speaks to you, or if you want to work with especially youth with young people who are in that justice system. Let me know and we will get you tapped in. But we are hoping this upcoming year we will start that work. Okay, bye. Okay.
I'm Jane Whitney, and there are about 7 DOKs here right now, I think. So if you're a DOK, would you stand up so people can see who you are? Because I'm going to talk about, we got more than 7. Anyway, so here's some of our group. Okay, thank you. People say, what is Daughters of the King? Daughters of the King is an order for women in the Episcopal Church who pledge to live a life characterized by praying, serving, and evangelizing. And by evangelizing, we mean showing Christ's light in our world wherever we are, in whatever is the appropriate way at the time. So our St. Catherine's chapter has been growing, and we're especially energized around our summer back-to-school backpack project that benefits Family Promise. And then our Christmas dolls with doll clothes and accessories, that project that benefits the Rainbow Room. And so we want to thank all of you who have contributed school supplies or sewed doll clothes or donated funds to help with these projects. This past year we offered a day for women to learn about the life of St. Catherine, and that was great. And so this year we decided something different. We want to sponsor a dinner on St. Catherine's feast day, which is the end of April. So all the church is going to be invited to dinner at Corelli's, similar to when we go to La Escondida for Epiphany. So DOK, the Daughters of the King, meets the first Sunday of the month after the 10:30 service, and all women are invited to visit and see what we're like.
so much. And I just want to say how much I appreciate the Daughters of the King, not only for the work they do for our community, but also the prayers they give for the church and myself as well. So thank y'all very much, and I'm very excited for the ministry that we can partake in this upcoming year. Okay, I am going to pull up my name. So we're going to go ahead and take our vestry and delegate vote before we finish with financial. It's always good to finish with financial. Just like get everything else out of the way, and you just ring us in. Okay, so we don't have a contested election this year for vestry, but first I want to recognize those who are rolling off vestry. And if you can stand up, so we can. Ian Smalling is finishing his third. Ian served as senior warden last year, and he did a wonderful job. He's starting to work, trying to figure out, get us involved with youth in the community through basketball, finding ways we can just grow our youth presence and our ability to connect with the neighborhoods around us. So thank you so much, Ian. Let's give Ian a round of applause. Our 3-year junior warden, Roger Hoover, is for his, I don't even know how many terms this was. Roger knows everything about this building and is able to keep us on top of things and anything that comes up. Roger is a great resource. Had an AC issue at the rectory and thought, well, we're going to have to pay all this money to get the person out here at AC. And he just came out there and fixed something for $20. So I know Nancy probably appreciated that. So he's awesome to have. And then Nancy, who has been our treasurer for 3 years, she has done an amazing job moving us all online, and there's been some kinks, but I think we're getting there. So thank y'all so much. So with the people who are coming on, we have Daniel Luce, who's back there. Jim Duncan, who is on a cruise until March, so he's going to be our next senior warden, I think, because we'll do it now. Jim Duncan, he can't be here because he and his wife are on a cruise. They're on vacation, but he is going to step up. And then Michael Davis over there, who has served in the past as well as Jim. So those are our delegates, or our vestry members. So since it is not a contested election, I think we should vote by acclamation, so we don't have to take a paper vote. Do I have a motion? So moved. Okay, Craig, second. Okay, Lionel seconded. All in favor of voting for both vestry and let's just do both vestry and delegate by council by acclamation. Okay, by saying aye. Aye. Opposed. Okay, so let's go ahead and vote on vestry. All in favor of the slate presented to you indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, y'all are on the vestry. Our delegates, our council will be in Fort Worth. As you know, Fort Worth just came back to the Diocese of Texas, and the diocese wants to get up to Fort Worth. And y'all know I'm from Arlington, so it's kind of like a homecoming for me, so I'm excited. So we got 4 people, and I'm going to show them the bustling Fort Worth, all the good things to do in Fort Worth. I may not even go to council. We'll just take them to all the fun things. But our council of delegates are Kathy Barrett, who's back in the back, Tom Staten, Tom Staten, Ginger Wolf, and Joyce Galliette, who she was here at 8:30, but she couldn't make it to parish meeting. So those are our 4 delegates for council, all in favor of voting for the delegate slate as presented. Indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Good job, Wyatt. All right, congratulations, y'all are our council delegates. Please give them your heartfelt thanks for serving our church. Let's give them a round of applause. And also, if you are currently on vestry and you're here, can you please raise your hand? Because we also want to acknowledge y'all. Stand up. We got a few. Awesome. Let's give them a round of applause. Vestry it's a rewarding, but it's a great way to give to the church, to serve the church, as well as to get to know the church. And thank you all for being there and being my soundboard for a lot of things and helping keep this church going. Keep praying for your vestry and for your delegates as well. Okay, I'm going to. Do it. That's at the vestry. Vestry retreat, we do that. That's vestry, yeah. No, you're good. But we will do that vestry retreat. Okay, Nancy.
I passed out financials. Does everybody have a copy? You don't need a copy. I've got extras if anybody needs them.
Actually, I'll just stick my head in the sand and just.
You know, he always does this to me. He puts me right between the vestry meeting, no, the parish meeting, and this time a football game. And I feel for some of you who maybe for Kansas. What's that? Exactly. So this is going to be, if you have questions, and we don't get to them today, please email me at treasury@siennachurch.org, and I will get back to you. The other thing is the 2024 tax statements are ready. If you would like a copy of your statement, several of you have already emailed me. Please email me, and I will email you back a copy of your statement. Okay? All right, now for our financials. And like Father Andrew had said, I am so pleased that we had an extraordinary December from a revenue or offering. There was a number of parishioners who were very generous that last month, and so it kind of changed what I was going to have to talk about, and I like that. As he said, our offerings are still like in 2024. We do not have a break-even cash flow. We are behind. But this year it was only about $15,000, as in the past couple of years it was $50,000 or more per year. So we have been having to be somewhat dependent on our savings account to get us through some of these hard times. So we still want to move forward and not be dependent on our savings account, but we are improving. So I just want to stress that we're definitely improving. The expenses, I have to say this for the staff. They are so conscientious about every penny that they spend. They try to save monies, but although we do strategize toward our ministries, especially youth and children, and we do not want to cut those ministries of all ministries. And we have not, but everybody's being really tight with their monies. One of the things, and Roger, I'm coming at you again, and we save a lot of money for people who are donating landscaping, plants, mulch, fixing the rectory when it would have cost us a few thousand. We got away with, or a few hundred. I can't get any AC guy coming to my house for less than a few hundred. And, it was just the parts. So the knowledge that we have in this congregation and the services that they provide are helping this church get back on its feet after COVID. And a lot of business are still doing that too. So we're not the Lone Rangers. Budget for 2025. What we were to do for the budget this year is we will have a break-even budget. If you look at the bottom of it, you'll see that our net operating revenues is $25,000 to the positive. The reason we have to have a $25,000 positive is because our Crump loan is $25,000 a year that we pay them, plus interest, but the interest is on the income statement, and that does not show up on the income statement. So it's not like we're trying to make a profit at this time, although we do need some to replenish our savings account, but that's what we've got here is a break-even budget. That said, and the vestry had to struggle with some of this. It's some of the things that the vestry works with. The last couple of years, the staff has not had a bonus. And unfortunately, for 2025, we did not budget a bonus, nor have we given anyone a raise. So the church is still doing absolutely everything it can to help balance the salaries. We are hoping, not salaries, balance our budget so that we are breaking even. But that said, we are dependent on growth, and you will see in our revenue, and I'm going to bounce right back up there so I can end this on a positive note, is our pledges are $232,000, which is very good. We had 54 people who pledged. I was trying to think, was it 54 or 55? But we are growing. We had 7 new families who pledged this year, so I'm excited to see that. We have had some families that move away. You know, when they go out of state, they don't continue giving to us. They go to their new church, and we have had some of that. What we have done is we had put our growth in the plate, because typically when somebody joins us, that's, you know, they start giving to us when they come, and they haven't pledged to us yet. But we do, I just want to stress this, we are very close to breaking even. The church, if we continue growing the way that we are growing, is in good shape. We're going to be in good shape. So I'm excited about the group, and thank you for letting me work with you for the last 3 years. For those of you who have not been on the vestry and who are looking at it, let me tell you, you learn so much about the church and how it operates, and I find it extremely valuable. I know the first year, I was like a deer in the headlight. You know, it's like, thank goodness I had people telling me what to do or how to do it. But then the last couple of years, you feel like you can really contribute more. And I would encourage anybody and everyone to consider working with the vestry for about 3 years, and you will really understand and love your church more than when you started. That's it.
Any questions for Nancy? Let's give her a round of applause. Any questions for Nancy? I just want to say that was a better report than what we got last year, so I appreciate that one. But yeah, God is doing some great things in the life of this church. God is at work here. He's not done with St. Catherine's. COVID did not end us. COVID showed us a new way to move forward, a new way to being, and we're living into that. And that's a testament to your work, each of you. I love all of y'all, and I can't wait for this upcoming year to continue work and beyond, the years ahead, to continue to grow, continue to make an impact in the community around us, to continue to be the beacon of Christ's love and the light of the gospel in Siena, in Missouri City, and Fort Bend County. So thank you all for your time. Do we have any last questions before we close in prayer? So we will announce that after the vestry retreat. Okay. Yep. Okay, let's close in prayer. Okay. Do we talk after? The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Gracious and ever-loving God, we give you thanks for the growth we have seen, for the work you have done in our lives, and from the beginning, planting this church in 1999 to where we are today. Lord, we give you thanks for the years that are of fellowship, of hospitality, of worship that is to come before us. We give you thanks for 2024, for all the great things we have done, and for the things we will do in 2025. Lord, we ask that you bless this year ahead. Continue to bless us with joyful noise, with new faces, with the existing faces. Continue to allow us to be your arms, your hands, and your feet. Lord, we ask that you be with us the rest of this week and see us safely home in this rain. Be with those who don't have shelter in the rain. Allow them warmth and dryness. Lord, we ask that you continue to guide us, continue to bless us, and continue to be with us. We ask these things in Jesus' most holy name. Amen. Hey, I kept that less than an hour, so yay, let's get home and watch some football.